Even if you have $15,000 to buy a Rolex Daytona, the chances of being able to buy one is incredibly low. And if you're willing to go gray market, you'd better be ready to pay double the price. As epic as the Daytona is, it's definitely not worth paying $30K. To help satisfy your Daytona urges while you're on the eternal wait list, these are 5 really impressive alternatives that offer similar aesthetics, functionality, and available to purchase, like today. First up is the Baltic Tri Compax. This option might be visually the closest option to a vintage Daytona while offering really great value. I'm impressed with all of Baltic's watches, and this one's definitely no exception. The French brand has developed a good-looking, old-school-inspired, hand-wound Swiss-made chronograph for $1,700. Powered by the Sellita SW510 and has really great dimensions. Often we see automatic chronographs with large and thick case sizes, but the Tri Compax only comes in at 39.5mm by 13.5mm. There's something incredibly pleasing about the dial. With the low numeral at the 12 and the applied baton-style hour markers around the perimeter on the Panda dial, looks amazing. The watch has a very familiar design, but still keeping it very Baltic with a lot of attention to detail while still keeping things very minimalistic. Baltic is a really great brand, and if you've never considered them, you definitely should. The next impressive Daytona alternative is one of my favorite brands, and I think one of the last remaining true value luxury brands available, with the Longines Conquest Chronograph. Priced at $3,650, you get a lot of watch for the money. Last year, the Conquest line was completely overhauled, transforming the collection to not just amazing three-handers, but now adding a stylish and functional chronograph. The watch is powered by a COSC-certified movement, packed into an appealing 42mm case, and 100 meters of water resistance. The tachymeter bezel is made of ceramic, and there are 3 Panda configurations available, plus a bonus all-blue version. The dial really pops thanks to the hour indices sitting on a contrast-colored chapter ring that gives it a sector look. The case is entirely brushed, which works well for this sports watch, and the crown guards and pump-style pushers add to the visual appeal of the Conquest Chrono. The next watch is what I'd sum up as the best affordable Daytona alternative with the Seiko Prospex Solar Speedtimer. Although not an automatic, it is powered by a super accurate and reliable Solar V192 quartz chronograph movement. For about $500, you get a 60s-inspired modern chrono with 100 meters of water resistance, a well-proportioned 39mm case, and a lot of great Daytona looks, but executed in a Seiko way. The bracelet is definitely surprisingly well made and a lot better than what we see on the Seiko 5 Sports collection. The top and undersides are brushed, while the sides of the links are polished. The dial really shines on this watch with applied indices and Lumibrite filled hands that offers a creamy balance, as does the deep dark midnight navy, almost black, sunken subdials. The subdial at the 6 o'clock is slightly smaller and doubles as both a 60-minute chronograph timer and the power reserve indicator. Perhaps the best feature is when fully charged, the speed timer can run at plus or minus 15 seconds per month for 6 months, without needing any exposure to light. The next watch is one that deserves to be on any top chronograph list, not just the Rolex Daytona alternative, the Tudor Black Bay Chrono. Priced at $5,325, Tudor offers amazing bang for buck. The Black Bay is powered by an automatic chronograph movement developed together with Breitling, and many components are produced in the same facilities as those in Rolex watches. 41mm in diameter, 200 meters of water resistance, and a perfectly executed dial with red accents on the chronograph seconds hand and the line of text indicating the depth rating. The signature snowflake hands add a really nice detail, and the domed sapphire crystal adds a really nice vintage touch and some cool distortions at certain angles. As with all Tudors, the bracelet is top-notch, and the rivet style is a unique detail that helps separate this watch from the crowd of chronographs. Last up is the most expensive option on the list, with the Zenith Chronomaster Sport priced at $11,000. Interestingly, from the late 1980s to the late 1990s, the Rolex Daytona was powered by the Zenith El Primero movement, so naturally it makes sense to consider a Zenith when looking for a Daytona alternative. Their DNA will forever be connected to each other. The Chronomaster's signature overlapping subdials helps give the watch its own twist while offering a wildly cool automatic high beat movement with tons of history. Includes a ceramic bezel, well-proportioned steel case, 100 meters of water resistance, a 3-piece link bracelet, and a very familiar clasp. Powered by the El Primero 3600, which is one of those rare movements that obliterates its competition. In a lot of ways, the Rolex Daytona is legendary because of its status and exclusivity, whereas the Zenith Chronomaster is a legend because of its history in watchmaking and precision.